From the Figure 4 Online Studios in beautiful Bothell, Washington, exclusively at WrestlingObserver.com, you're listening to The Bryan and Vinny Show with your hosts, Bryan Alvarez and Big Vinny V.
All right, it's the Bryan Vinny Show, everybody. January 28, 2018. Figure4online.com/WrestlingObserver.com. Video.f4wonline.com. If you want to see the lovely video of tonight's show, you can head up there, video.f4wonline.com. We got the Royal Rumble to talk about here today, Royal Rumble 2018. And it is Royal Rumble Sunday, and that means Mark is here for his annual appearance here on the show. Mark, how are you doing?
Well,
Well,
how are you doing today, Bryan?
I'm doing very well.
Vince?
Hi, Mark. What's up?
Jeremy?
Yes, Jeremy is here. Jeremy,
I spoiled it.
you did spoil it. I was going to do a fancy introduction, Jeremy, but Mark
I'm
fucked it
sorry.
all up.
Go ahead. It's fine.
So, Jeremy's joining us here today. He donated money to the Whale Scout fundraiser.
Is that why you were wearing a Whale Scout shirt, by the way?
I just wore it to plug it.
There you go.
But yeah, partially because Jeremy's here. So he donated, and of course, we auctioned 4 slots on the Bryan and Vinny Show, and not only did he win, but he is a Seattleite, and
True.
so he came to the house, watched the Royal Rumble with us, and is now doing the show. Jeremy, how's it going?
Going pretty well.
Tell us about yourself.
Well,
Who are you, Jeremy?
who am I?
Have you taken the silverware yet?
Well,
Well, that joke died.
Vinny, you suck at this.
Apparently I do. Jeremy, I apologize for
Jeremy,
ruining the
do
show.
you want
That's all right.
a
I
full-time job
You
here?
paid for
'Cause-
this, and I'm ruining your night.
Yeah, Vinny's turning pink. Thank God this is on film. So
see how-
let's try this again. Tell us about yourself.
well, like most people that move to Seattle these days, I'm a goddamn techie. But
Oh.
also,
I know a lot of those.
yeah. And I play in a band I'll probably plug later because I guess I gotta
you'll
plug
plug
things here.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I started watching wrestling again like 3 months ago.
Really?
Really.
When did you start watching?
When I was like 10 or 11 maybe, and I probably quit when I was like 14. So
What does it
between-
mean years wise? Like,
Oh,
I don't know how old
sorry,
anybody
I'm
is.
28.
28. Okay, so
Yeah.
someone help me with the math. But anyway, so you
Yeah.
watched it for 3 years, quit, and then started back again.
Yeah, I watched for like 3 years, quit for many, many years,
Sure.
randomly started watching it again, and
And now here you are.
now here I am.
Look at that.
And then yesterday, or a couple days ago, I bought a Dragon Ball Z fighting game, so apparently I'm 13 again. I don't know
Wow.
what's going on?
You know, if I knew that you were in a band, I would have had you provide the music for the open of the show.
Man,
Oh, man.
ruined it.
Maybe
well.
provide me the music, and I'll use it for the opening of the next show.
All right.
How about that?
I'll give
Let's
it a
plug
shot.
your band right now. You
All
can do
right,
it here
let's do
and
it.
later.
Yeah. We're called Garbo, Garbeau.
So not like Greta.
Not like Greta.
Okay.
That's what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
Which makes
Garbo.
sense. Yeah.
And you
it-
play locally around here, or?
That's right.
Oh, man.
Well, not around here. Mostly Seattle.
Well,
Don't come this far
you know,
north.
around here.
Around here.
Yeah, this
That's right.
general area.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
And how long you been doing that?
Like 3 or 4 years.
Really?
Can't remember.
So do you sing or
Play guitar.
you play guitar?
I used to sing.
So how did you
sometimes.
avoid grabbing that guitar when you walked in here?
Because I don't really play acoustics.
How'd you avoid grabbing that guitar over there when you walked in here?
'Cause I didn't see it.
Oh, man. I can't get Craig to not touch those things when he comes in here. He cannot help but grab the guitar. Well, you're in a band. You are a filmmaker. Or you were. Are you still? What's going on?
You know, I haven't done. I did effects for a short like this past summer, but yeah, making movies is it's expensive.
It is very expensive.
You know, so I keep writing. I'm always writing, but
Yes.
like, you know, someday make another one. I don't know.
Someday.
We'll see.
Someday.
We'll have to have you back though
I'll be back.
in the
I'm ready to go.
thing. Yeah.
So you're also doing a podcast.
Yeah. I joined the exclusive company of everyone else on Earth
Really?
and started doing a podcast.
Let me guess, movie podcast.
Yeah, movie podcast. Me and CB,
How'd I know
the guy that I directed Worst Laid Plans with, we started doing a podcast in October called I Saw That. I forgot what it's called. I Saw That movie. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can subscribe on SoundCloud. You can like it on Facebook, facebook.com/I Saw That Movie. If you miss hearing my voice in between the Royal Rumbles, you can go listen to me complain about something else.
Oh, wow. Now, are there any movies in that podcast that you like? Or do you mostly just hate all of them?
You know how I am. Even if I like something, I'm just going to bitch about it.
Oh, man.
Well, your podcast should be a great success.
Mark actually said he didn't have a lot to complain about with the Royal Rumble this year. Until the end. A little bit. Little bit. You don't have to complain. Like, we can put over the show.
I know.
But if anyone here has a complaint about the show, you're welcome to complain. Vinny, what do you do?
I'm a podcaster and a writer.
Okay. Well, now that we know everybody.
I have a complaint prediction.
Yes, what's that?
Before they get taken down, have you ever gone to watch any of the videos that people steal from you and put on YouTube? This will be up tomorrow. It'll be like they reviewed the show before it's taken down. First comment is going to be someone like, God damn it, they just spent the first 5 minutes plugging stuff.
That's right. They didn't even talk about the Royal Rumble for the first 6 minutes and 45 seconds of the show. Well, listen, let's talk about the Royal Rumble here very quickly. So, Ronda Rousey.
Very quickly.
Ronda Rousey was there. Well, let's get the gist of it out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Ronda Rousey was there, but she was not in the Rumble.
No.
Right.
Daniel Bryan was not there. I mean, he was there, but he was not in the Rumble.
Right.
So Nakamura won the men's Royal Rumble, and Asuka won the women's. Okay?
Right.
So then...
With you so far.
Yeah,
Yes.
we saw it.
So... let's just go over the show. I feel the show needs to be explained exactly how it went down for everyone to fully appreciate what happened at the end of the show with Ronda Rousey and to understand what's going on here, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, before we start, one other thing. If you don't watch Raw, okay? What's today? 28th, okay? Like 4 weeks ago, they did an Asuka-Alexa Bliss match. Non-title. Asuka pinned her clean in the middle. Was fucking never mentioned again. Okay? This is fucking stupid. But I think I know why now, and I'll explain it as we go along here. Okay?
There may be a reason that is a stupid reason.
It is. I think what they did was really stupid, but I'll explain as we get there.
Okay.
So here we go.
Well, speaking of stupidity, we began with a 1-on-2 match for the World Heavyweight title.
Oh, actually, there's one more stupid thing before that. On the pre-show, Bobby Roode was defending the U.S. title. And Dave said that his opponent was a big surprise. So I'm watching it here live, during Observer Live. Bobby Roode is in the ring, and they go to the ramp for his opponent. And what do I see on the Titantron? Mojo. It's fucking Mojo Rawley. Okay, so Dave said it turns out whoever was going to be his opponent ended up in the Rumble. And so Mojo ended up replacing whoever Bobby Roode's opponent was going to be.
Okay.
I have no idea who this could have been. Who was the big surprise that was going to face Bobby Roode? Anybody know?
Goldust?
Anyway, this match was
It
boring.
was probably Dolph Ziggler, right?
Yeah. Could have been Dolph.
Maybe.
Could have been Dolph.
That's the most logical.
That
Or
would have made
Hurricane,
Could have been Hurricane.
I guess.
I mean, Dolph doesn't sound very big. Maybe as we go through it, we'll figure out who the
Okay,
opponent
we will
was.
keep that in mind as we go through all 60 entries over
Oh,
the course of
man.
the season.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
So stupid. 1-on-2 match for the World Heavyweight Championship, as we are supposed to believe that the one guy can beat up two. Both of them are much larger than him. And I mean beat him up. He did not survive by the skin of his teeth. He was in control for most of this. Like, from the get-go, I cannot take this seriously. It was just so dumb. So, they stalled forever. AJ ran wild a bit. They beat him up for a long time. It was boring. Eventually, AJ makes his comeback. The heels are fighting for the hot tag, which was strange. There was confusion. Apparently, they did not make this tag. So, Sammy was still the legal man. But then when Owens hit the ring, AJ hit a roll-up and pinned him for the win. And it was fun. It was a fun display of acrobatics and tumbling. but I couldn't take any of it seriously, and I have no idea how Owens or Zayn ever gets taken seriously ever again.
Jeremy, what'd you make of this match?
I don't really know, to be honest. I was getting settled in, and I hadn't watched wrestling since the night before, where I watched like 14 hours straight of really, really good wrestling.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then I was like, I guess this match is happening, and then there were some cool spots.
So you weren't blown away?
I was not blown away.
Okay.
And I really like all those wrestlers, too, but yeah, it was kind of like... And then, yeah, couldn't tell if the end was like botched, and then eventually figured out no, that was the finish, but
That was the plan.
it's very weird.
Yeah, so the end of this match, they... Like, Sammy and AJ are in there, and AJ has Sammy on his shoulders, and Sammy is reaching for the tag to Kevin Owens, and they're way too fucking close. They're like this close, and so they're both, thank God this is on film, they're both going like this, trying not to actually touch each other, and they don't touch, and then they go to the finish. So it was obviously they pinned the wrong guy, so this was a way to continue this feud. This feud must
How is that possible?
continue.
He just beat both of them clean.
He beat the wrong guy.
So on a technicality,
Yes, he pinned
This
the
is stupid.
non-legal man in a handicap match. Yes. Mark your thoughts.
You said you had nothing to complain about, Mark.
I mean,
It wasn't
now that you guys
terrible.
mentioned it, yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, it was really boring at the beginning, but of course you got to like build to something, and then there's a bunch of fucking bullshit that went on, and then that whole like Brian said, that tag sequence where they're like just waving their hands like over top and underneath of each other, and like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. They could have done that much better.
I still love that, like, 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever it was on SmackDown, there was the match that set up the tag match where it was like the first time in history where the ref made a wrong call and another ref just came down and said, no, you made the wrong call, we're going to do the match again. And that now has never happened again and could not happen in this match.
Yeah. There's a blatant bad call. They go backstage. Owens is screaming at Shane. He did get screwed. And Shane McMahon, the babyface GM, just says, yep. He is horrible at his job.
the best part of this
in
whole
storyline.
thing, Shane says, yep, and walks away, and Kevin Owens starts to scream, and it gets as far as, and they cut away.
Yes. That was-
I don't know if it was intentional, but it was perfect.
You know, there was a lot of stuff on this show that on paper probably looked all right, but then when they actually did it, it wasn't quite so good. I mean, the idea of this match was not bad, but I don't know. It was all right.
Well,
The next match.
did not look good on paper.
This, I mean, maybe it did, but it's supposed to be a best of 3 falls match. Usos versus Benjamin and Gable for the tag team titles. Best of 3 falls. This first fall went like 10 minutes, and they kicked out of everything. Name some of the things here. We had multiple near falls, a moonsault
A bunch
off
of
the
clumsy
post.
dives, I wrote. Power bombing one Uso and the other one. A top rope splash.
Yep.
Multiple super kicks and suplexes.
And so finally, after all of this, the Usos hit a double super kick and they pin Gable. Okay.
I spent most of the first fall trying to figure out who the baby faces were, and in the end, I never really decided.
If you watch SmackDown, you don't know anybody.
Okay.
You don't know if anybody's a babyface or heel. So they finally pinned the Usos. That's fall 1. And I'm thinking, dude, there ain't nothing left. They did every move that either team does. They kicked out everything. What are you going to do for 2 falls? Well, the answer is they went like 30 seconds and then small package on Benjamin and it was over.
Do you know how much better this would have been if they just reversed the 2 falls?
Or, you know how much better it would have been if they would have just done one
Or just
fall?
done the 1 fall?
Yeah. Not a bad match, but it was a letdown.
It was confusing.
Yes. Jeremy.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it would have been a lot easier to invest in all of those cool near falls if they had just, like you said, it's 2 out of 3 falls. So even though they're getting close to, like I was surprised when they'd kick out of a thing. I was like, wow, they're kicking out.
I was too.
But then they got the pin finally, and I was kind of like, all right, well, I mean, that was 1 fall. So now let's get going. And then it was like nothing.
They did not get going.
And I get going. And 2 small package victories in a row, which is okay. But
That's true. 2 cradles in a row. Mark?
this is going to shock you guys, but I thought it was fine.
It was fine.
I thought like
It was fine.
there's the usual thing is to have, you know, 2 quick like little matches, you know,
And then a long
fall,
match.
and then the long match.
Yes.
And they fucking reversed it. Like,
Yes.
who gives a fuck? Like, they did something different.
Well, they
Great.
did do something different.
You know,
It was
like,
different.
might as well, you know.
It was
Is like-
unpredictable.
It was unpredictable.
To be
Thanks
for
fair,
sure.
Good job, WWE. You did something. It might not have been like the best thing to do. It might not have made the most sense, but fucking whatever. Who gives a fuck? You know.
to be
like-
fair, that order actually kind of makes more sense. Like, I hate watching 2 out of 3 falls matches or whatever, or whatever those types of matches, and like,
You feel
So-
like you
someone
wasted your time
so-
for the
so-
first 2 falls.
yeah, and
Yeah.
someone gets pinned in like 2 minutes, and it's like,
Yes.
this never happens. At least, like, suddenly you're in a 2 or 3 falls match, and then like you're not superheroes anymore. You're just pinned with a clothesline or something. So,
Yes. Or the old Survivor Series. You don't remember
Right,
this,
right.
but before, you started these Survivor Series matches. People would get pinned with a body slam
They
2
would do
minutes in.
10 eliminations in like 12 minutes.
Yeah. So then we had the Royal Rumble facts video.
They brought it back.
They brought it back,
Motherfucker,
baby.
they just keep doing it.
Every
God
year.
damn. So somebody probably just looks at this point at the facts video from the year before and then just does the math.
Yeah.
They just take and they just do the math.
I love the
Again.
Yeah.
the disdain in your voice when you say math.
It just just get to the fucking match. Those video packages are getting longer and longer. There are 900 people in the
Well,
Royal
there's
Rumble.
more.
Who gives
There are
a
more
fuck?
facts every
Who
year.
gives- Oh, I drank a Red Bull and I am going fucking nuts right now,
see
man.
that. Oh, my God.
I haven't eaten anything and I'm just but yeah, I like
we
that's
feed
enough,
him?
That's enough of
No.
that's enough. That's enough
We're
of
going
the
to
facts.
starve him until the end of the show.
That's enough of the facts. Like,
All right.
we get it. And then the whole
Watching the video with Mark, it was
amazing. We
All
should
I
have
could
just
hoped
filmed
for.
that.
I do it every year anyway, but it was all I could have hoped for.
And
Yes.
then, you know, they have the whole rundown of these are the rules of the Royal Rumble. Like, anybody doesn't fucking know. Like, there's a kid in the crowd like, what is this? What are they going to do?
You know, it's funny you mention that.
Somebody tell me.
You were so mad when they explained the rules for the Royal Rumble. And I was just like, I mean, you know, what if someone's tuning in for the first time? It's good to have the rules. But then when they did the same fucking video an
Yeah.
hour later for the
Yeah,
Women's
yeah,
Royal
yeah.
Rumble, that was too
Like,
much for me.
you should get it. It's like
Like, you forgot in the last hour what the rules are for this fucking match? It's the exact same as the other
Yeah,
one,
like-
just girls.
like I was saying, you know, when you go see a new Batman movie, they always explain fucking how Batman turned into Batman, but we fucking know how Batman turned into Batman. Okay, his parents got killed. Oh, you motherfucker! Don't you start with me.
It's actually even worse than you made it sound, because they had the video package explaining the rules, then they had the second video package explaining the rules, and then after that second video package, they went to the ring announcer who explained the rules one
That's
more
right.
time.
Yeah,
3 times.
Just keep explaining the fucking rules because we don't fucking understand. Apparently, we're just a bunch of fucking dumb idiots that like wrestling. I guess. Like, is this how little the WWE thinks of their fucking audience?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
And
Royal
frankly,
Rumble.
Having hung out with them, I don't blame them.
Oh, Vinny, get out of here, you
jeez.
idiot.
All right. So,
Listen to this
Just
guy.
burned all of you.
yeah. So,
Burn noise.
got the facts. It was time for the Rumble match itself. Rusev is number 1. Rusev Day is like the best new gimmick in the world ever.
You see his new calendar?
I understand there's a new calendar.
It's got a calendar, and you know how, like, on Independence Day, it says Independence Day?
Yeah.
Every single day says Rusev. $10.
Brilliant.
Do you know how many of these are going to sell?
Thousands.
It's incredible.
I bought one.
Did you?
They should be paying you. You tweeted about
Oh,
it.
because
and
I
bought
tweeted it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get any cut.
Finn
You
Balor
get free tickets to the show.
Well, yeah, you don't know where I
Yeah.
sit.
Finn Balor is number 2, and Michael Cole, who I hated on the show. I mean, I hate every show. I
Oh,
watch
my
is
God,
on.
he was horrible.
But he starts going off about how Shawn Michaels was number 1, went an hour to win the Royal Rumble, only he didn't.
No.
Because there were 1-minute intervals that year, and he went about 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Oh, let's see. He wrestled a while. Rhino was number 3.
ECW chance.
They were in Philadelphia.
Yep.
The last
Who was number 2?
Finn Balor.
Oh yeah. Sorry. God damn. It was a long show.
It was a very long show. Rhino and Rusev went at it. They should be teaming instead of fighting.
Yeah.
Different brands.
Baron Corbin was number
Actually,
4.
they're not. Are they? I don't know what brand he's on. Go ahead.
Baron dumped Rhino to piss off all the ECW fans, and then Balor eliminated him, so we're back down to 2. Corbin yanks them both out of the ring and lays them both out, and out comes Heath Slater at number 5.
Yes.
There's nobody to fight, so Baron Corbin lays him out too, which led to the best gimmick of this Rumble, and I'm sad they just didn't keep it up all the way through to the end. Mm-hmm. Elias is number 6. Everyone's dead. He comes out to play his guitar. He stops to boot Heath Slater on his way down to the ring.
That's good.
And he gets in the ring in the middle of the Royal Rumble and just starts playing a song. This Rumble sucked at this point.
Wasn't that bad?
Come
I've been
on.
watching all the Rumbles, Vinny. This was in the upper echelon of Rumbles
I do want to add at this point.
at this point. By the way, just quickly, since I was obsessed with it, I was timing the entrances.
I noticed.
Yes. So, like in the early Rumbles, it was like exact. And then as time went on, it became less exact. This was the fucking corniest one yet. Like, it starts out at a minute 30, and then it's like a minute 24, then a minute 42. It's just it's around 130, but it's a little more, a little less, depending on if they've got some sort of angle.
Yeah.
There was one fucking interval here that was like 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Okay.
So an extra minute 20.
In a Rumble where
Almost twice as long as
it
it's
was
supposed to be.
Supposed to be a minute 30, 2 minutes and 53 fucking seconds, which I think is the all-time record for bullshitting the time. And it was like this all up and down the show, whatever they wanted. And it's one thing if like you got a big angle and you want to make sure the angle takes place before you bring out the next guy. You don't want to interrupt the angle.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these fucking intervals are like 2 minutes for nothing. You're like, what are we waiting for here? Get somebody out here.
There were stretches here where there was a lot of dead wood in the ring and nothing was happening.
Yes.
And Cole actually said, there's too many guys in the ring to do anything right now.
Yep. Thank God CM Punk didn't show up. Remember
Andrade,
that every time he would show up and he would just run wild and it was so sloppy and he's killing people. There's bodies everywhere. Every year he came in, he did this. Until the one year he started. I was so happy he started. It's like, thank God he's not going to run wild. Going to kill somebody.
Andrade almost was number 7.
Yep.
NXT champion, huge ovation coming off of his great match the night before.
Excuse me, did you say the NXT champion?
Yes.
Okay.
Great match the night before. Everyone loved him.
That match was fucking ridiculous.
It was.
It really was.
God
I can't
damn.
believe he could wrestle today.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
I couldn't believe Adam Cole could wrestle today.
Holy
true.
shit,
After he
man.
took the DVD on the chair, the back of the
God.
chair.
Yeah. Stupidest thing
that
I've
was-
ever seen.
That was horrible
Yeah.
for his back.
Yeah.
Oof.
Let's see. Elias. Oh, I wrote he eliminated Elias, but then he didn't.
No,
I was so
you were-
certain.
You were wrong.
So Bray Wyatt was number 8. He, like Andrade, stopped to attack Heath Slater, throw him into the guardrail. See, there's actually a storyline to this. It was not just everyone punch Heath on your way down to the ring. Slowly but surely, with each guy, Heath is getting closer and closer to getting into the ring.
But he's not in the ring yet, Vinny.
No.
All he has done is get beat up
Yes.
by everybody that comes down to the ring.
He made it to
He's
the-
a body that gets stepped on the way down.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want that to be made clear as well.
But by this point, he was a body. He made it to the pretty black mats, and then Bray threw him into the dasher boards.
Yes, so
I
he's
love,
still
like-
outside.
I know it's his like gimmick and whatever, but like it's such an inspired choice that they got such a good shot every time he get beat up of him wearing a shirt that says "I got kids."
Yes.
Made me laugh every single time they stomped on him.
So Rusev was not eliminated, but he was out of the ring, and every time he'd jump on the apron, the crowd would go, "Yay!" And then Bray would knock him off, and they'd all go, "Boo!" Ty Dillinger was number 10 again. Excuse me, I missed one. Big E was number 9,
Yes.
who stopped to make sure Heath was okay, and then stuffed like a half dozen pancakes in his mouth.
Yep.
Yep.
Some carbs, helping him carb up for this Royal Rumble.
He could have used some carbs at this point, to be
Yeah.
honest. Ty Dillinger was number 10. Yeah.
Again.
Amazing coincidence.
This should be this guy's number every single year. Like the year he's not 10, but he's still employed, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah. Now, he didn't come into the ring because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beat him up backstage. And Owens said, "I'll take care of this." And Sami said, "No, I got this."
Subtleties.
And he goes to the ring. And spoiler alert, Sami Zayn did not win the Royal Rumble. But when he eliminated within like a minute, Kevin Owens tweeted, "I thought you said you had this."
That's awesome. By the way, we'll get to it later, but they beat up number 10, and Sammy stole his spot.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that.
It's happened
They've
many-
done it before.
many times.
But like every year they change the rules a little bit.
Okay.
Like some years you can, some years you can't. Some years you can go back and eliminate somebody, some years you can't. I've seen that as we go through all the Rumbles. But anyway, once he got eliminated, I couldn't figure out why didn't they beat up another guy and have Kevin Owens steal his number.
I don't know.
Hello?
I saw people
We needed every dead weight in this ring. We couldn't sacrifice anybody else
I
to
saw
get to Kevin
people
Owens.
suggesting Kevin Owens should have stolen, for example, Sarah Logan's spot in the Women's Rumble and won that match.
Why wasn't James Ellsworth in drag in the Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
Or Santina.
Or Santina?
Oh, that would have made people so
That
mad.
upset me. Cloudy.
Who the hell was Cloudy?
I don't remember.
I know it was like
Who was China's friend?
Sammy.
Sammy.
Cloudy.
Yeah,
Cloudy
there was
was
another
fuck
The
You're
body
talking- who the
Sonny
fuck is
dumped the Body
Cloudy?
Donnas, so the Body Donnas went and got a guy in drag named Cloudy, who I forget who the hell it was.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
You're
happened.
saying
I'm not making
something
this up.
real?
Yes.
It was, how ironic,
Oh,
Vinny.
boy.
It was Jimmy Shoulders.
Okay.
Who the
Vinny's-
fuck is Jimmy Schultz?
Vinny's ring gimmick was Shoulders Torelli.
That's
But it
not-
wasn't him.
I was not Cloudy.
I don't know.
He was a friend of Chris Candido.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Sheamus was number 11. Now, Sheamus gets down there. He throws Heath into the ring, which spoiled that gimmick. And then Heath immediately eliminated him.
Yeah.
Great. It was great.
I loved that.
Crowd loved that. I wanted 60 minutes of Slater pain.
Well,
Everyone's stomping him as they come by.
so Slater's been beaten up by like 6 guys. His body gets thrown in the ring by Sheamus. He throws Sheamus out. 1 elimination. And then he gets thrown out by Bray. And Michael Cole says, "What an effort by Heath Slater."
So
I
bad.
was like, are you fucking watching this
He
show?
was in the ring for 5 seconds.
Michael
What
Cole.
an effort by Heath Slater.
Michael Cole was drunk as fuck.
He was so
entire
bad
time.
on
He was
this
so
show.
fucked up. Like,
Uh,
Everything he said was pre-arranged and pre-written down, and he's just reading off his notes the entire time. He never actually reacted to anything that happened in the ring. He would just say, "Oh, this guy's here. His favorite wrestler was Randy Savage," or whatever the hell it was.
Michael Cole is absolutely horrible at his job. He has not improved in 21
He's getting worse.
years, but he was better than Stephanie.
Yeah,
oh, come
She
on, man.
was horrible.
yeah.
That's like saying
Don't
a peanut
even.
butter and jelly sandwich is better than eating shit. Brian.
Well, it is.
Hold
mean-
on. Did I get it wrong?
I don't know what, you're trying
What the
to
hell
say.
is wrong with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yeah.
I'm saying that Michael Cole is the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Don't insult peanut butter.
And then shit is Stephanie McMahon.
That's correct.
Too much Red Bull made me fuck up.
Jeremy,
that night.
we've left you alone here in the corner for several minutes. You got
I
anything
mean,
to add here in the past 10 guys who come in?
I don't know. Not really. Like I told Brian earlier, I'm a little nervous that the fans of Mark are gonna be mad at me for stepping over his spot,
Bro,
and
there's no such thing.
the detractors of Mark are gonna be like, "Why the fuck didn't that guy talk over Mark more?"
That's it. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get
I mean-
50-50. And by the way, there's some caffeine right there.
pal.
Man,
Mark
That's from
Longwell.
Die Hard.
Dude, what's going on over there?
What is this?
Mark's throwing
What
reins
is-
at
Just
just
a finger pick.
just get it the fuck away from me. 'Cause
You know
I'm
what that
gonna
is.
Keep
I do.
playing with it.
All right, go ahead, Vinny. Where are we?
Xavier Woods was number 12. He and Big E started double teaming everyone. Apollo Crews, who I was very surprised to see is still employed, was number 13. There are 9 dudes in the ring by now. We needed someone to come out and clean house, but no one really did. Shinsuke Nakamura was 14.
Everybody sang his song.
Yes, everyone loved his song. He ran wild a bit and tossed Sami Zayn out.
I didn't notice immediately. I didn't know he was going to win. I figured he probably was going to win, but when he came out and everybody sang his song, I was like, at least we have a guy
Yes.
that if Daniel Bryan doesn't show up, these fans aren't going to be mad. And they weren't. They were perfectly happy with Nakamura winning.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Why did anyone think that Daniel Bryan was showing up?
Because all of a sudden,
Was
So-
it you? Or did
it was
you
not
start
me.
telling
It was
people this?
not me.
Was it you and Dave
In fact,
running your mouths
we
about
have
this?
insisted he was not going to be there because they have this long list of odds. Okay,
Yes.
like
I think
1,000
it's very
guys.
odd that they have odds.
It is
on.
So let's say they have 100 guys, including guys who aren't even in WWE. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's 4 or 5 guys that are odds-on favorites, and then like a whole list of guys that have no shot.
Yeah.
They're like 100 to 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, one day he went from 101
Mm-hmm.
to 4 to 1,
Oh,
like overnight.
well, why? Because of you.
It was not because of me.
You told
it
a
was
bunch
not
of people.
because
You
of
went
me.
whispering to people.
I
Daniel Bryan's.
don't know what the idea was, but I would bet you that somebody came up with an idea where he would win without taking a bump. And they pitched the idea, and then someone went and bet money but then they didn't do it.
Oh.
That's what I think happened.
I mean, who's
Like the odds jumped so much that like somebody knew something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then everybody went crazy about it, even though it was very unlikely, and that's what happened.
I mean,
I did not start this rumor.
betting on? It's like betting on a play or betting on like the outcome of a movie.
Yeah,
if you're gonna bet
but you know
on
what?
wrestling.
You know who the odds-on favorites were for this show?
Nakamura,
And Asuka.
Randy Orton, Asuka.
Yeah, Nakamura and Asuka were the favorites, and they won. So
Yeah,
So
was
yes,
you ruined it.
But-
Because you always tell people who's going to win. You
no,
ruin her. You
but they do the
spoil
odds,
sport.
and every now and then they will change a finish. So you can bet on the underdog, and every now and then you'll win big money. Not like big money. I mean, you win $100
I'm
or
just-
whatever.
Plus,
you know.
only last month they did that with Dolph Ziggler. So like now it's fucked up for everybody.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, that person has like 1,001 odds of. Maybe I'll put like $3 down on them because
Yeah.
every once in a while they'll just fuck with you.
Yeah, you can bet on the underdogs, and every now and then, actually, usually, like one finish will be changed, and if you bet on all the underdogs, sometimes you end up coming out ahead
because
because
the one bet you win.
yeah,
Why are we
Yeah.
talking about this? I'm never going to.
you
bet on
asked.
You asked.
I don't know why I asked. I'm sorry.
Cesaro was number 15. Nothing happened, so the crowd just kept chanting for Rusev Day.
Yeah, you asked me a while ago if I had like anything to say about any of these people coming in.
I did.
The reason I didn't is because I'm just like, as we're recapping, I'm realizing like I was excited when Nakamura came in, but there was like, I don't even know, 5 or 6 people in a row that were just like I
Bodies.
even like Cesaro a lot, but he just came in and I was like, all right, Cesaro's in there now. There's like 20 guys in there.
Yep.
He didn't do anything to change that.
No.
He didn't
really.
even swing a man this year.
There's no swinging.
No swinging.
No swingers at the Rumble this year on TV. Kofi Kingston was number 16. I will say Apollo Crews. He's not a tall man, but he did press Cesaro over his head and carry him around, which is pretty ridiculous. And then Cesaro eliminated him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Jinder Mahal is number 17. Jinder Mahal has been a main event guy for a year now. He was the world champion or the whichever champion for a long time.
WWE champion.
That's
WWE
weird.
champion.
Isn't
Yeah,
that just so weird?
You know what's even weirder? Bray Wyatt was WWE champion at WrestleMania last
mean,
year. That's weird.
Everything's weird.
It's almost like these titles are bullshit.
So Jinder comes out. They've been doing facts all night long. They did a 5-minute fact video before the match, and
It's
everyone
longer than 5 minutes, Vinny.
and everyone who hits the ring, there's a fact about it. He's won so many titles. This is his first appearance at blah blah blah. Out comes Jinder Mahal, and Michael Cole says, "We believe it's his first Royal Rumble." You can't confirm this.
Well, I can confirm it was not his first Royal Rumble. He
Even
has
better.
been in the Royal Rumble before.
Even better.
Yes.
He tossed Xavier Woods right away. Tossed Big E shortly thereafter.
He's going through the New Day.
Yes. Out comes Seth Rollins, who all I wrote was he eliminated Cesaro in a spectacular manner. I don't remember it, but it must have been cool.
He had those flame pants on.
No, that was Seth. Oh, it is Seth. I'm sorry.
Seth.
That's
Yeah,
Seth.
yeah,
Yeah.
My legs are on fire. Get it?
So Kingston, Kofi's almost eliminated, but he flips over and one foot hits the floor, but the other foot lands on Woods. So he's not out yet. Big E conveniently planned ahead and deposited a plate full of pancakes nearby.
That's funny.
It seems like bullshit, though. He's on the ground, even if he's stepping on pancakes.
Well, hang
But
on
his
though,
foot's not on
because
the
they
ground.
played 2 videos and then a third time explained that the rules
Yeah.
of the Royal Rumble are both feet.
Now, Brian, if you
Yes.
if you push this issue next year, they're going to have to say pancakes do not count as the floor.
Pancakes don't count as a floor.
Do
If I
you
step
want the
on a
rules
pancake-
video to be longer?
I don't.
After that
I mean,
spot,
I kind of do for...
Brian,
you know.
if you step on a pancake down in your kitchen, are you stepping on the floor?
Yeah.
Fuck
There's a
you.
pancake
You are not, you
on the
fucker.
floor.
God damn it, you son of a bitch. That's like saying you're stepping on the ring, which is on the floor. Fuck off.
Okay, so here's a good question. Why don't, when you go over the top rope, you just land on one leg and hop around and
Well,
jump
yeah,
back in?
Brian.
Kofi
well,
did that.
that'll be the spot next
Somebody
year.
I mean, that
else-
did happen, but
Naomi did that.
Brian,
Somebody did that.
it's not.
this is
it's-
stretching the rules.
It's
Why don't I lay on my back and I put my feet in the air like this because I
You-
didn't touch the
you-
ground?
you
I'm sure
could.
that's happened.
That'll be
Yeah.
the spot.
Brian. You're trying to put logic where there's no logic
I know,
to
it's
be
my
had,
fatal flaw. I think about
buddy.
this.
Come on.
You be...
Let's see. So eventually, the New Day launched Kofi from the floor, really, over the top rope, over Jinder back into the ring, and he dumped Jinder out, but then it almost eliminated him.
I will say, that was my favorite part of the Rumble. That
Kofi?
was awesome.
It was really great.
Yeah, it was
great.
awesome. I'm questioning the veracity of this pancake gimmick.
shut up.
But the whole thing was great.
Stop it with the pancakes.
It's just weird. Well, I mean, fuck, you're not on the floor. You're on a black mat that's on the floor.
Brian, that's
right?
like saying, "Well, my foot's in a shoe, so my foot's not touching the floor because the shoe's touching the floor."
Exactly.
Just shut up.
My boot.
Stop it. Stop
Anyway,
it, please.
I like
To
this
be
spot.
eliminated, you must have your feet unlaced. And your
Yes.
feet
You
laid on
must-
the floor.
It doesn't say your boots
You
have to
gotta
touch the floor.
Take somebody's
That would be a hell
shoe
of a
and
Royal
sock
Rumble.
off, and then
What if
throw
they
them over
fucking
the
come
top
to the
rope.
ring with pancakes wrapped to their feet? Then what? Huh?
Brian, you're killing me with this.
I'm just asking questions.
I think if you come to the ring with pancakes strapped to your feet, then they count as your shoes.
I think at that point they just determine you are insane and we're taking you away right now.
No, Matt Hardy was next, ironically.
Matt Hardy
He
was
insane.
It's good.
He had a stare down with Bray, but they started working together and they eliminated Rusev Day. They
I did love-
ended Rusev Day.
Matt gets in the ring and he's doing his delete thing, and everyone's doing delete as loud as they can. And then he teams up with Bray to toss out Rusev. And then he tries to do his delete again, and nobody says a word.
No, they're pissed at him.
Fuck you, Matt. You threw out Rusev Day.
He did that, and I knew it wasn't, but like the first thing I thought was like, it's a fucking Matt Hardy heel turn right here. How dare you?
That's kind of
eliminate
what I
Rusev.
thought, too, but yeah.
They
It was
had to-
just a goofy spot.
They had to have somebody get Rusev out and figured this is the best way to do it. John Cena was number 20. He comes out. Everyone hates him. He hits the ring, and everyone in the ring throws him to the earth and puts the boots to him.
Okay, now before you go any further, okay? Raw 25, which you did not watch.
You didn't watch it?
No, I
You
don't
didn't watch
anymore.
Raw anymore.
It was terrible. I mean, like,
bad.
it was. What a mess.
So listen, we got 2 locations, okay?
Yes.
All right. John Cena's in one location. They put The Undertaker in another location. So the idea is like John Cena, Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Okay. It's fucking Raw 25. It's the biggest rating they've done in 4 years. Why the fuck would you not shoot an angle for John Cena and The Undertaker?
I don't know.
Right?
Sure.
Instead, The Undertaker's in one building just cutting a goofy promo. And in the other building, they're doing this big fucking gimmick with John Cena and Elias. John Cena and Elias. I'm like, Dave, why didn't they do something with The Undertaker and John Cena at Raw 25? And Dave says, well, they have a spot with John Cena and Elias in the Rumble.
Do they now?
And they're shooting this angle because they're going to be doing a spot.
I hope you asked Dave about this tonight.
Oh, I will. Oh, don't. I asked him about it on the show. I'll ask him tonight. I said, what could they possibly do? John Cena and Elias in the Rumble that is going to trump John Cena and The Undertaker shooting an angle for Mania, right?
But,
Well, let's talk about what fucking spot they did.
Well,
John Cena gets in
Brian,
the ring.
calm down.
Everybody stomps a mud hole in John Cena. Elias goes after John Cena. John Cena throws him out.
here's everything I wrote about
Am
it.
I missing anything?
He
That
revived
was the fucking spot.
and eliminated Elias. 5 words.
Well,
I wrote 5 words about the spot.
That's it.
Is Undertaker John Cena, is that real? Or are you just telling people things again, Brian?
I'm
Are
pretty
you
sure
just-
that's the match.
Are you spreading lies again?
Well, I don't know for sure anything can happen, but
Well, even if it's not the match, they did.
Yeah.
They did have the angle.
of a bitch.
he's right. Even if that's not the match, they wasted all that time with John Cena and Elias on Raw for that.
Don't team up with new guy
am
to come
teaming up with
after
him.
me.
It happened. Elias went over, and I think I just out loud said, "Oh."
Yeah. Like, honest to God, he went over and I thought, well, he's going to come back and hit Cena with a guitar and eliminate him.
That's right. No one got hit with the guitar.
No, he vanished. That was the end of Elias. That was the whole spot. What a waste of my life. I, Mark, was infuriated. Do you hear me?
Brian, you watch a lot of wrestling.
I
so
watch too much.
If this is the point where you're like, that was a waste of my life, like, oof,
Yeah, let me tell you.
you've come a long way, pal.
Yeah.
Hurricane was number 21.
Yep. People popped.
It's awesome. Cena was stunned to see him. Hurricane tried a chokeslam. Cena shrugged it off and threw him out. So Hurricane hits the floor, and he jumps up, and he just starts posing.
Yeah.
And he runs up the stairs, and he poses. And he points to the guy dressed up as Where's Waldo, and he poses. And every time he poses, everyone goes, yay!
Actually,
Hurricane actually was my hero in this match. He showed up, he got paid, he got out and didn't get hurt, and then he just kept getting cheered.
Yeah.
Way to go!
If I remember right, actually, before he started posing, he got up and then like started to slip on the pancakes that were still on the floor.
Oh, that's
Which
right.
was
He tells
incredible.
Rumble on the pancakes. Yeah.
all those pancakes.
I love
So
that.
since he was standing on the pancakes, he shouldn't have actually been eliminated.
Well, he was
right?
on the ground.
Wait, he was
first.
on the ground first.
Oh.
He stepped on the pancakes. Yeah, I'm a stickler.
Ah,
Aiden English was number 22. Nothing happened. Adam Cole
baby.
and his taped up ribs number 23.
He did make it here, so he's a tough guy.
He's alive.
He's alive.
Finn threw English out right away. Randy Orton and his wacky slicked back hair number 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on with that hair?
Soon as Randy Orton comes out, you got Adam Cole in there, and you got Andrade Cien Almas in there. And I thought, Cole has to toss out the NXT champion, then they can have a TV title match. What could be easier than that? Instead, fucking the NXT champion goes for a springboard, Randy Orton RKOs him out of midair and throws his ass out of the ring like a fucking geek.
Geek of the week. Yeah, yes, you're right.
I mean, it was a cool RKO,
I mean-
but I mean,
Randy
on.
Orton's a wily veteran.
he's a
Brian.
wily vet.
Wily.
He's
Don't
NXT
you-
I do
Don't
love
you
that
know?
as soon as he
geeks
came
not in
out,
his league.
as soon as he came out, Mark noticed his terrible hair, which was like incredible.
I
because
never
it's
said
like,
his hair was terrible. That man will come after me and kill me.
No, he
Don't
won't.
listen.
He's a dad.
He
now.
has better things to do.
He's angry on
can-
Twitter.
you can barely like muster it on SmackDown. He's not going to come to Washington.
No,
He's gonna find me. I didn't think,
unlikely.
Randy, your hair was fine.
Titus O'Neil was number 25. Nothing happened. Miz was number 26. Michael Cole. You know, The Miz and John Cena had quite a feud last year. The Miz and John Cena main evented WrestleMania a few years ago. That's a bigger deal
No.
than what happened last year. Just because you can't remember it, it's still a bigger deal.
How the fuck could you forget they made that decision? Speaking of those Royal Rumbles, man, I was watching all the Rumbles. One year, Miz is out there in jean shorts, and he's got a faux hawk,
Yes.
and he's a fucking geek. Then I go to the next year's Rumble, and all of a sudden he comes out with a WWE title around his I was
what
like,
happened?
they did that. Like, I remember that, but I saw it again, and I was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, God. Rey Mysterio returned to the company.
Looked great.
Looked
Yeah.
awesome. Like, this legitimately probably the healthiest and best shape he's ever been in.
Yep.
Fit.
Dropped a lot of weight.
Dropped a lot of weight. Didn't have the big baggy pants on. Had normal tights on and
No knee braces.
no giant knee braces, which scared me, honestly.
Yeah.
But everything he did looked awesome. He's fucking Rey Mysterio. He eliminated Cole, hit the 6-1... Adam Cole, not Michael, unfortunately. Hit the 619 on Miz. Roman Reigns was number 28, and the crowd did not like him.
Dun, 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 dun. Here he comes.
Play that as the song.
I laughed for about a minute straight.
I laughed because everyone hates him. He hits the ring. He doesn't just run wild, but he has to do the exact same uppercut to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Everybody does when they come in.
Just everyone just punches him out. Let's see. He eliminates Titus, goes to throw out Miz, but the Miz Taraj saves him. And finally, Rollins and Reigns team up, throw Miz out with a big powerbomb onto his own men. And then Roman threw out Seth like a dick.
He throws out Seth Rollins, and Seth lands on the ground, and he looks up and he smiles. You rascal. Tossed me out of this Royal Rumble.
You got me.
I'm like, you
was
fucking
just like-
Good rib.
lost a shot at the WWE or World title at WrestleMania, and you're laughing. And then Cole goes, well, you know, Seth finds that funny because he would have done the same thing. It's like, we didn't.
He didn't. He was right there.
I mean,
Well,
Roman.
if he would have, right?
To be fair, Roman Reigns did that same shit back in 2014 when he dumped both Seth and Dean over the
True.
top rope. So he's a dastardly devil.
He is.
He's a jerk.
But Seth
Fucking Roman Reigns, you jerk.
thought it was funny.
Yeah, Seth was
Ha-ha!
Seth's like, I got the tag team championships. What do I need this universal belt for?
He's regretting that
Yeah.
right now.
Goldust is 29. Nothing happened. Dolph Ziggler is number 30.
Okay, now hold on. Talk about bearing the lead. Number 29 is Goldust, okay? Mm-hmm. I did not think that Daniel Bryan was going to be in the Rumble. Not a lot of fans did. There was a light Daniel Bryan chant. But I'm like, who could number 30 be if not Daniel Bryan? Now, a whole bunch of people texted the show because they had an idea. They said, number 30, Daniel Bryan's music hits, but it's Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Because he was
yeah.
doing the gimmick last year where he was
Yep.
doing everybody else's entrance. And I'm like, well, if you want the guy killed, like, but that's all he can think about is how to get great heat on a guy. So, number 30 is Dolph Ziggler
Yeah.
with his Dolph Ziggler music.
Uh-huh.
But they did the record scratch first, like he wasn't going to have music.
Yeah.
But then he did.
And then he had music.
He just fucking comes out, throws out gold dust, and then Finn throws his ass out.
Yeah.
You're not watching SmackDown? This guy hasn't been on the show since whenever the last pay-per-view was.
As I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, but he won the U.S. title and then forfeited it for reasons.
And before that, he had disappeared forever and was doing this stupid gimmick. And then finally he wins the title. He vacates the next day. He disappears again. This is his big triumphant return. He's number 30, and then he gets tossed. What in the fuck was this?
I mean, Dolph Ziggler, like, it's time, buddy, to just...
It is time
It's time to be like, okay, I've had enough of this. I should go somewhere else.
You know what?
He's never coming back from any of this bullshit that he's done over the last like what,
No,
5
he's
years?
done. He cannot be rehabilitated.
No, it's poor fella.
You know what we've forgotten this whole time going through these? Who was going to challenge Bobby Roode?
Oh, yeah, we still don't know. It had to be Ziggler.
It had to be Ziggler.
Oh, right,
right?
which one?
Yeah,
It had to be Ziggler.
That's the only one that
Yeah.
makes
More
sense.
Actually-
Hurricane. I'm telling you.
The Hurricane. If it had been Ziggler, that
It
actually
was
would have made
fucking
more
Hurricane.
sense. Is the thing,
Yeah, Ziggler comes back to challenge for the title that he vacated. I
especially
mean, it's
more,
stupid, but it would
Yeah,
have made
I mean,
sense.
but Brian, that but
especially
that
more
wouldn't-
sense than this.
Are those the dots you're going to connect?
But that
nah,
would be
that's later.
Okay.
if he was going to challenge for the belt that he vacated. That's just really poor storytelling. Why bother?
Do you watch this show?
You're giving me that look.
I am giving you that look.
So we had a final 6 here, and they paired off 3-on-3 with the WWE legends of John Cena, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio on one side, and I use this term loosely, youngsters of Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Nakamura on the other side, even though I'm pretty sure at least 2 of those guys are older than Randy Orton. So they have a big 3-on-3 stare down, and the place is going nuts, and everyone starts to fight. And it got lost in the shuffle because there was a lot going on, but Roman Reigns lost a fist fight to Rey Mysterio Jr.
he did. He got his
Yeah.
ass kicked.
Just want that on record.
He's a tough little guy.
It did not last long, and Roman eliminated him with the Superman punch. Oh no, Roman punched.
Finn tossed Ray, Roman tossed Orton, so it's down to Cena, Finn,
Yes.
Roman, and Nakamura.
My notes are all screwed up, but that's right.
So there's a great spot where Cena and Roman square off. They're alone in the ring. Fans chant, "You both suck." Okay? So here's our idea on paper. We're going to tease fighting, but it's going to be broken up. And then later, we'll actually fight, and the place will go nuts. Okay, that's what's on paper. What happened was, they square off, the fans chant, "You both suck." Finn and Nakamura are supposed to break it up, but they don't. And so John Cena starts screaming at them to break it up.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. That was weird.
They break it up, they do their thing or whatever, and Roman and Cena, clear the ring again, and then they start fighting? Nobody cares one bit about Roman Reigns and John Cena
But
fighting.
nobody should have cared in the first place because they already fought.
They did.
So who gives a fuck if they square off again? Roman Reigns won that battle. Who cares?
They had an idea.
It was a bad idea. Shocking.
So this last part here with the final 4 went a long time, like
Yep.
15 minutes probably. Just these 4 guys, from 4 guys down to eventually 1. And the crowd loved Nakamura and Finn. No, wait, is that right?
So Finn
Son
takes
of a
out
bitch.
Nakamura with a double foot stomp. He gets tossed. Fans chant bullshit. They chant for Nakamura. Roman and Cena are double teaming
That's
Nakamura.
right, yes.
They're the last 3. Okay, so it's the 2 guys everybody hates against Nakamura. Good booking. So they do their little thing. Cena AA's Reigns. Him and Nakamura fight. Nakamura gives him a Kinshasa. Cena is sent outside. So it is Roman Reigns in Philadelphia against Shinsuke Nakamura.
At this point, I was like, I knew Nakamura was probably going to win, but there is always that part in the back of my brain that was like, WWE might do this.
Yeah, because of where they put the match.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe Roman's going to win. So they're going to put it in the middle and hope you forget about it by the end. They didn't do that.
Nope. They went a long time with just these two dudes. A lot of spears, a lot of Kinshasas. And finally, Roman goes to throw Shin out. Shin slips away, hits the greatest running knee of all time, and then just grabs Roman and throws him out to win.
Yep.
So, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to WrestleMania. We'll have more on that in a moment. As far as the match goes, it turned into a pretty good Rumble by the end. You had Finn Balor playing the Iron Man role, going almost coast to coast. You had the Legends and New Blood battle at the end. And like I said, the last 10 or 15 minutes with the four dudes was very, very good wrestling. So, yes, this on the whole was a win of a Royal Rumble.
I've watched 1988 through 2011 with Filthy, and I know you've watched all of them.
I sure have.
Okay, I would say this was pretty damn good.
It was
It was in the upper echelon of Royal
like
Rumbles.
if you look at the last 4, how terrible those all
There been some
ended.
very bad Rumbles lately.
Like
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble, like the reason why I get so fucking angry every year is because like the Royal Rumble's like wrestling Christmas for me. I love the Royal Rumble.
It
It's
should
my
be hard
favorite
to
one.
screw up.
You know, and you should be building a new star with the fucking bullshit. I will say this about this year's Rumble, like they got the end right, but like they really didn't do anything to advance any
the only
feuds.
the only thing they really
Yeah.
missed out on, we didn't get the monster hitting the ring and clearing house. One guy hitting the ring is throwing out 5 and 6 dudes all at once.
Yeah.
They didn't do that spot this year.
Well, they saved that for Asuka.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
When you have 2 Rumbles, you have to save something for one.
Any other thoughts, Jeremy, on that Rumble? I give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I liked it. The middle, like part where we were talking about was it did start to drag a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. By the end, it's pretty good. I'm pretty excited for Nakamura AJ, obviously.
God, they can't screw that up.
So they've never done this before. They've always teased.
they can.
Tune into
they
Monday
can.
Night Raw to find out who this challenger will pick, which champion he will choose to face at WrestleMania.
I think they did that before, but they did it
Yeah, they did it a while ago. They just threw that in there to make you think that they might give Roman.
It depends on the year.
the
Like
win.
some years, if you're on Raw and you win, you challenge the Raw champion.
That's true.
Some years they've done it where you can choose, and they have done that before, where the next day the guy's going to decide.
I think when Undertaker won, he got to choose. 'Cause
Undertaker
the next
won.
day he was in the ring with both of them, and he like looked. at-
Actually,
Yeah.
he was in the ring with John Cena, Batista, and Bobby Lashley. I was like, I wonder why these 3 guys are Vince McMahon's champions right now. Regardless,
Hey,
here
Lashley should be back soon, apparently.
Ooh, great! I can't wait to see
Bobby
the former
Lashley.
ECW champion Bobby Lashley back. Yay!
in this instance, Renee.
I'm
gets in the
skeptical
ring.
of your.
That Red Bull.
Bobby Lashley.
Renee
GTFO.
gets in the ring. She asks Nakamura, "Who do you want to challenge at WrestleMania?" And the crowd says AJ Styles, and Nakamura says AJ Styles. So there you go.
That was easy.
It's gonna happen. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at the Superdome at WrestleMania.
Excellent.
Yes.
I'll be there.
You're going?
Yeah.
Ah,
I've only missed 1 year. Last year.
that's not true. You missed the year before too.
No, I only missed 1.
Oh,
Those are 2 years ago.
I think you should know better than me, huh?
I was there, yeah.
Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus The Bar.
Well, first we had an awkward, phony meeting with Stephanie Angle, Brian, and Shane.
I was
And
so happy
man.
when I was in the bathroom. I
Stephanie-
came out of the bathroom. I saw these 4 on TV. I almost turned around and went back into the bathroom.
Stephanie promised we would be pleasantly surprised. Then we had Rollins and Jordan versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Let me just cut to the chase.
Frankly, I should have gone to the bathroom for this match.
So
too.
as not to bore everybody, this match went 12 fucking minutes. It should have gone 2. Story was Jordan is hurt, and so he didn't even tag in during this match. They ran him into the post. He never got in. They beat up Rollins for like 8 minutes. Then he did a 1-on-2 comeback for like 4 minutes, and then he got pinned.
No, Jordan tagged in.
Oh, that's right, but
And
they
then
tagged right
tagged
And
back
he said,
out.
"Oh, my head hurts," and he tags
Yes.
out. So, problem 1, this match fucking sucked.
It was terrible.
Atrocious.
No heat.
No.
Coldest hot tag you ever saw.
Problem number 2.
Actually, there was no hot tag. It was just a comeback.
Yeah.
It was anyway. Problem number 2. The storyline is we are supposed to boo this guy because he's concerned about the health of his own head after a possible concussion.
Yeah. Seth Rollins is mad because he's got like a concussion, but he won't tag in.
No. The best part was Homeboy gets thrown into the fucking ring post, and then Seth standing there and looks at the ref, and he sees Jason Jordan get pushed in the ring post, and he looks over at the ref and goes, "I don't know what's wrong with him."
I assumed at that point
What?
that was just like a little soundbite that you could tape for like this entire storyline. It's just like Seth Rollins looking at Jason Jordan going, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Basically, yeah. This was no bias.
Everything about this sucked. Braun Strowman versus Kane versus Brock Lesnar.
Yep, WWE
Now,
title.
if you've been listening to me review wrestling for a long time, you know I love mean guy matches. And they can be sloppy as hell, and also like if Goldberg and Scott Norton can fuck things up 5 things from Sunday, and it'll just be great. I do have limits when it comes to sloppiness.
Are you kidding me?
Monster fights.
Oh, dude. This was 11 minutes long, and it was just the sloppiest fucking train wreck you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was a train wreck start to
Because
finish.
the problem, Vinny, is they did Lesnar Strowman on pay-per-view, and someone's bright idea was, let's keep them in the ring
And do a wrestling
and
match.
have them do a wrestling match.
And it was awful.
It fucking sucked.
Yes.
So now Lesnar and Strowman are in the ring again. Add Kane. Let's just have them do a bunch of crazy shit for 11 minutes. That's what they did. Lesnar won. Great. I have no problem with this.
There were table spots and chair spots and big dudes throwing each other around, which all sounds awesome. And it's all very, very sloppy.
My favorite sloppy bit is I guess it was Kane going to put Strowman through a table in the corner, and it looked like
Kane pushed
Yeah.
Strowman through a table. He did not
Yeah.
throw him. He did not slam him. He did not drop him. He pushed him through a table.
he pushed him. It
Yeah.
basically looked like, it looked to me almost like Strowman was like, fuck you, I'm going to put myself through this table. I got to go through this table.
That's what it
I'm
does.
just going to fall
I
into
would just
it.
lay down on it, and my massive girth will break the table.
First there's a table. Braun gets a table, and Michael fucking Cole, after 21 years doing commentary, says, what does Braun Strowman want a table for? Then, as noted, was it Kane that who fell through the table?
Strowman fell through the table.
Oh yeah, so Kane shoves Braun, and Braun falls and breaks the table. Michael Cole says, it's almost like Braun knew it was coming.
Yes.
That's how you called that spot. It's almost like he knew it was coming.
He's so bad.
He's fucking horrible.
There's nothing he does well.
He was so bad on this show. So
the only thing worth talking about here, eventually Brock F5's Kane on a chair and pins him. Whoopee. The only thing worth talking about, and it's out there in GIF form. It's like 7 seconds long. Braun is working over Brock, and Braun scores a knee to the head. Oh, and first of all, Brock had a knee down. This was an illegal strike.
it's true.
But Brock did not take kindly to this, and Brock just unloaded a punch, and they show it in slow motion. He punched Braun Strowman in the head. You see the force ripple. Braun's hair slides over to the side. You see Brock's bicep. He punched him really fucking hard in the head, but he deserved it because he needed Brock in the head.
That was great.
Brian, do you still hate Braun Strowman?
I don't hate Braun
as
Strowman.
much as you used to really fucking hate him. Come
Well, I turned the corner on him.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you apologized? Have you
Apologize
said,
for
I'm
what?
sorry, Braun
understand.
Strowman, for
Hold
being
on a
so
second, Mark.
mean about you?
Mark, listen. Okay, when people suck but get better,
Yeah.
I don't pretend like they were always good. He
Well-
sucked for a long time.
Well, that's fine.
Then he got better.
He was learning.
They had two,
Well, yeah, it's not entirely his fault, but
So
2 times in this match. I just noted because I was like, how do you manage to have this happen twice? They did like 2 announce table spots where the guy would hit the announce table hard and it wouldn't break, and then it would break.
yeah.
So it's like you got the table break spot without any of the cushion.
yes,
That is basically what happened, yeah.
I assume
It's kind of cool when that happens, though. You know what I mean?
as a viewer.
Yeah, it looks impressive.
'Cause as a
like
wrestler, I'm
it's
sure
got
it sucks.
smashed on it, and then he's laying there, and then it collapses under him. It's even worse.
I assume because they had 3 monsters out here, these actually were legit reinforced tables, but they overdid it. They
Yeah.
overshot their target. So Brock leaves, and Braun's like, "You didn't pin me. I'm not finished with you." So this feud must also continue.
I can't wait.
Let's see. Trailer for the HBO documentary on Andre the Giant.
So let me start this Women's Royal Rumble recap. So they announced the main event is the Women's Royal Rumble. Everybody gets on their feet. They're doing a standing ovation. Yay! It's the Women's Royal Rumble match. They say, here's Maria Menounos, your guest ring announcer. Boo! Then they say, here's Stephanie McMahon. Boo! I'm like, what do you people want? Why were they booing Maria Menounos? I understand booing Stephanie.
Yeah,
I booed
that's
Stephanie.
obvious.
When I was upstairs, when I heard him play that Stephanie McMahon video package for the 5 millionth time, her introducing this Royal Rumble. Oh my God.
They just,
But why Maria?
because they were 4 hours into a show and they knew the rules of the Royal Rumble.
Well-
they needed a guest ring announcer.
That was
She did not actually add anything to the product.
No, and
For being
Stephanie violently detracted from this product.
Stephanie was horrendous.
She sat there. Somebody was feeding her lines. They were the stupidest, most generic, basic lines.
She was so bored.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
You're watching history in the making. Why does Stephanie talk like she either smokes like 7 packs of Pall Malls a day, or she's like eating fucking light bulbs back in fucking catering or something? Like, what is going on with Stephanie's voice?
It's
This is the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Hunter, come here and give me a kiss. And then she mentions China. Like,
Yeah.
lady, come on.
Ooh, man.
She was nice when she... Did I get muted?
no.
She was nice when she said about China.
I know she was nice, but
It's just, bring up.
she
China.
kind of contributed to that woman's downfall. You know, like, so.
Well, if
Yeah.
it's a long path from point A to point B there you're drawing there. That's a mighty string of dots to connect.
The thing
I'm
was-
doing it,
The
Vinny.
thing was incredible to me about the lines they were feeding Stephanie, or she was saying, whatever it was like half of them weren't. It's not only that they were generic; they also were like not even in response to what was going on.
Yeah.
I noticed like
Yeah.
the time I noticed this the most was it was either Corey Graves or Michael Cole goes, "Well, Stephanie, we're about a third of the way in. Who's impressed you so far?" And she said, I always loved Royal Rumble matches, but I think the Women's Royal Rumble is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. So Maria introduces Sasha and Charlotte and Alexa because they're the champions. They're going to come out and watch the Royal Rumble. They're not going to wrestle in it. And
Or do commentary.
no, it's out there. She introduces Alexa, and she introduces the SmackDown champion Charlotte Flair. Woo! Bad ring announcing.
She did throw a woo in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't cheer.
Her full name.
So Sasha Banks is number 1. Becky Lynch is number 2. Nothing happens. Sarah Logan's number 3. Nothing happens. Mandy Rose is number 4. Mandy Rose comes out and they say Paige cannot compete tonight due to a neck injury.
Yeah, that's what I said on Raw.
Yeah.
They're acting like it's just like a
So
temporary
they're back
thing.
in a week or two.
Yeah.
So,
And Stephanie's just spouting out facts. Sarah Logan is a southern like horse farmer.
she's from Kentucky.
She's from
Yeah.
Kentucky.
She's
Mandy
from
Rose,
Kentucky.
did you know she could squat 300 pounds? I'm like, who gives a fuck? Can you talk about the match? What's going on in
She's
the
a
ring
country
right now?
girl from Kentucky. Look at her go.
Yep, that's exactly what she said. Pretty much.
Except she said it like this.
So nothing happened for a while. Finally, Lita was number 5. Everyone went crazy to see Lita back. She brought some energy and some life to this match, and then she hit the ring and did nothing.
Except try and kill herself, as we'll get to.
It took a while.
She did toss out Mandy Rose.
Yes, that took which was a struggle. Kairi Sane was number 6, and one of the highlights of the match, her old music was back.
Well, the highlight was her old music is back. Low light is she's no longer a pirate,
No, she's not, Brian.
which is goofy enough as it is that she was a pirate.
Yeah.
But being a pirate is better than a yacht lover.
No,
I think
yacht persona is the term they used.
Oh, her yachting.
They may as well just said a
persona.
gimmick.
Yeah.
seem to remember them saying the yacht thing during the Mae Young Classic.
Maybe.
But on NXT, she's the Pirate Princess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they
Comes
had
to-
the
comes to
yeah.
the
I
ring
think
with
they're
her-
just
Not the yacht youngster.
yeah. I think they're just flip flopping.
So she ran wild, pointed to the sign a lot,
Hit the big elbow.
hit the big elbow on Sasha. She hit one on Becky, and the one on Sasha really honestly wasn't that great, at least not by her standards. I was kind of disappointed. And then she goes to hit one on Becky, and as she's up there, Tamina's music is playing because Tamina's number 7, and thank God they kept the camera on the ring because the elbow on Becky was awesome. Tamina comes out there in an all-white outfit.
That was weird.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
was the outfit or her, but she looked fatter than ever.
Jeez,
Vinny,
Vinny,
please.
that's not appropriate.
Let's talk about Lita here, who had a bad neck and neck surgery, goes up top for a moonsault, fucks it up, nearly kills herself, Sasha, and Becky.
Amazing.
All in one spot. And then they chant, "You still got it," and she gets thrown out.
That's what happened, everyone.
Did I miss anything there?
That's
Well, there's more.
it's exact.
Dana Brooke is number 8.
Okay, before we get to this, all right? Dave and I are doing the show last night. We're talking about who can win the Royal Rumble if not Ronda Rousey. I said, anybody can win. He goes, no, not anybody. I said, well, I know not anybody, but like anybody can win. You know, it's fake. Anybody can win. He goes, not Dana Brooke. I was right. Well, you know, you're probably right. It's unlikely that It's unlikely that Dana Brooke is going to win, but like she could, right? So we actually had this discussion. Dana fucking Brooke comes out, and who does she eliminate?
Kairi Sane. What? You went through all that. You had a tournament. You had a big tournament with women from around the world. You scoured the globe. And Kairi Sane won this damn thing. And her first match on the main roster, she gets tossed like a geek by the biggest geek on the roster.
Dana Brooke is now... She's not even a wrestler, Vinny, on Raw. She's a statistician.
They mentioned this.
And she threw out Kairi Sane. Yeah.
Hold on, she's a statistician?
Yeah.
Then she's the one making all the fucking...
She may be doing the facts
She's
videos.
doing the facts. She's the one. She's the one.
Hadn't thought of that.
She's the one doing the facts.
Tori Wilson next.
I was a little nervous about this. Tori wasn't a great wrestler when she was a wrestler.
She wasn't great here.
And she was not great here.
No.
So but she threw Dana out.
She did.
So Tori...
So MMA math.
Yes.
Tori is greater than Kairi Sane.
Yes. Not the Tori Wilson in 2018 is greater than Kairi Sane.
Yes.
She's a wily veteran.
Oh, God. Sonya Deville comes out. Sonya dumps Tori, therefore Sonya Deville is greater than Kairi Sane.
That's a little more believable than Tori Wilson.
Liv Morgan's number 11, and here's like, this match just sucks. The only good thing in this match was when Lita had her, before she killed herself with a moonsault, she hit a bunch of twists of fate and DDTs in a row, and that was cool.
And this is the main event, and all Cole can talk about is Sonya Deville's favorite college player.
Oh my God.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah. Well, they're in Philadelphia, and he played for the Sixers.
I don't give a fuck. What are they talking about? Her favorite college player in the middle
favorite
of the first
basketball
ever
player
women's
is
Royal
Allen
Rumble? Who
Iverson.
gives a shit?
Yeah, you gotta fill dead air with something, right?
Molly Holly.
Molly Holly was
returned,
number
thank
12
God.
and looked great.
Yeah.
She got a haircut. She
was better than 3/4 of the girls in this match.
Yeah. Just walking off the street and outworking everybody. She got Sarah Logan out. How Sarah Logan lasted from 3 to 13, I'll never know.
Especially because she looked like she was kicking these girls as hard as she could.
Maybe that's why.
Dude.
No one wanted to work with her.
So here's how she lasted that long. I actually did kind of like this Rumble, but I really noticed it as they were going on. There were so many spots in the match where it was like somebody would go down and roll out of the ring for like 5
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, we did not mention this, but
Holy
you're
shit.
right.
Yeah, that was really...
Yeah,
that was weird.
every now and then there's like 2 girls in the ring, and you're like, where the fuck is everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 8 people laying on the ground outside.
Yes, that happened a lot. Lana was number 13. Crowd. The other trend here is every time a woman came out, they would chant for her husband, or
Yeah.
boo her
Or
husband.
boo her husband.
Yeah. So Lana comes out. They all cheer for Rusev Day. Michelle McCool comes out. They all chant for Undertaker.
Listen, I don't want to have to be that guy, okay? But you know who ran roughshod in this fucking Royal Rumble?
Mrs. Undertaker.
The Undertaker's
Yeah.
retired wife.
Yeah.
And you know who lasted until the very, very, very end? John Cena's wife. Also not a regular.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you mention
Michelle
how,
McCool running wild and eliminating like 8 girls.
and
I was
looking
like,
horrible doing it?
What is going on here? Yeah, she did not look good.
No.
Molly Holly had ran wild. I was, Molly Holly is the best. She should be throwing these women out. Michelle McCool looked awful. She's falling down in everything she does. Throws out Sonya, falls down. Throws out Liv, falls down. Throw out Molly. She threw out Molly. That pisses me off.
Hey, listen, I love Corey Graves, but he was this year's fucking idiot who explains, I believe that Michelle McCool has an advantage because she's taller than the other girls. I'm like, first off, like physically, it is not an advantage to be tall
No.
in a Royal Rumble. And I was arguing about this with Filthy. I went back and looked at every Royal Rumble winner. We had maybe 2 tall guys in 30 fucking years or whatever there have been Royal Rumbles. It is not an advantage to be tall.
Undertaker and who?
I can't remember who the other guy was. Some tall guy.
All right.
Corey Graves' other thing tonight in both matches was that he like
Oh, Big
There's
John
a-
Studd. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
there's like 10 times in every match where someone would be trying to eliminate someone else would come and hit them and Corey Graves would go, now I don't understand this strategy, which to be fair is true, but it's also like every spot in every single Royal Rumble ever, and he did it like 20 times tonight, and every single time you do it I was just like, oh my god.
There were a lot of Royal Rumble cliches. It had to be repeated over and over again.
So Ruby Riott is number 15. When she gets in there are only 4 women in the ring. I have no idea how many women were in the match.
Like 8 on the floor.
There were 4 in the ring. Number 16, one of my favorite parts of the whole show, Vicky Guerrero.
Oh,
And she comes out with a microphone and she just starts shrieking, "Excuse me," over and over again. Everyone hates her. They do, in fact, all stop to stare at her. And then Vicky realizes, much like the WWE, or much like NXT at least, she has booked herself into a corner. And she briefly tries to play nice to Michelle McCool because it's the only woman in the ring she knows. Then she tries to run. They all run her down. And they somehow manage to dump her out of the ring without killing her. It was much scarier than I thought it would be.
So if you watch this match, like all the girls got called in early today, like they had an early call time, so they could practice spots in this match. This was one of them.
Yeah.
You could pretty much watch this and figure out which ones had to get the practice in. Yes.
Carmella was number 17. She got in Vicky's face. So Vicky laid her out with her own briefcase.
Yeah.
Natalya's number 18. She drops her gear on Carmella, which fires Carmella up. And she hits the ring. And here's where this match was, which was not that good in the first place.
Carmella and
This
Becky of all
fucking
people.
suplex.
It wasn't even like retired girls.
No.
Carmella and Becky, two regulars who aren't as Becky's really good, Carmella's whatever. They were lost. And they were lost for a good 10 seconds.
They never got found.
No, and they finally just gave up and went their separate ways.
Becky was going for the exploder, and she grabs her leg, and then Carmella turns around, and Becky switches her arms, and Carmella turns around again, and they said, "Fuck it!" And they both just left.
they came back and did the suplex later, and I don't know if this is what actually happened, but like I swear to God, it looked to me like Becky was trying as hard as she could to suplex her, and Carmella was just like, "I'm not taking this fucking suplex right
That
now."
may have been a shoot, actually.
And it's Carmella, by the way, so
That would explain
imagine
things.
not being able to get her up.
Yeah. Kelly was number 19. Again, not that good. In fact, was she even a wrestler? She must have done some stuff.
She did a little
She
stuff,
was
but
she was Divas champion at one point.
Well,
that means very little.
I know.
she was horrible.
I should note, by the way, the irony of her being 19 because that was her gimmick. I'm only 19.
Yeah.
And she would strip on ECW.
Yeah.
And here she was not 19 and she didn't strip.
Vinny and I just watched the very first ECW where she debuted stripping. This was like 2006.
Yeah, man, I remember.
Anyway, point of this is she came back on Raw 25 and I Googled her. She's only 31 now.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Well, yeah, she started when she was 19.
That's how math works.
Like, what the fuck? She's only 31?
It's been 12 years
I'm
and
a
she's only 12
goddamn
years
old
old.
man now. What happened? Jesus Christ.
She was terrible. Natalya threw Michelle out. Good. Naomi is number 20. She looked very good. Becky finally got to hit her suplexes and everyone.
Jackie's 54 years old.
Yeah.
She looked great.
Ruby threw Becky out. Jacqueline was number 21. She did in fact look like someone, don't mess with her, she'll kick your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Nia Jax is number 22. She dumped Jacqueline and Kelly, and here's where women were just, there was like it was like a transit station where we were rolling into the ring, out of the ring, in the ring, out of the ring. I had no idea what was going on. I couldn't keep track of who was still alive. Let's see. She dropped Ruby on the turnbuckle, and Ruby fell outside to get eliminated. And then Nia threw Naomi out, but Naomi did the pancake spot, I guess. Pancakes or women, same thing, landed on for Naomi for these purposes. That came out so wrong. It was a terrible thing I just said.
Talking about?
What is happening?
Naomi got thrown outside, landed on a bunch of women, so was not eliminated, but she's stuck on the guardrail. Ember Moon is 23. Fresh off her defeat of Shayna Baszler at NXT. Shoulders all taped up because she was in an armbar for like 5 minutes. Naomi walked the barricade like a tightrope, stole Maria Menounos' chair, used it to do a plank walk back to the ring, climb the top rope, dive onto Nia, who caught her and threw her out to eliminate her anyway.
Now, I will say this, Brian.
Yes.
It would have been much easier for her to just hop on one foot, like get down from the guardrail, hop on one foot, and
Yeah.
get back in the ring.
That's
And
an
then-
excellent point.
So,
Man, like she's doing
I mean,
a
there's that.
wheelbarrow with her feet on a chair, and Stephanie McMahon says, "What an incredible athlete!"
Yeah. Stephanie works out a lot. Like, it's just like she's never lifted a finger in her life.
An incredible athlete.
Yeah. Beth Phoenix is number 24. Still huge. Probably larger than her husband at this point. She gets in Nia's face. Everyone loved this, and it took her 3 tries, but it was the good kind of 3 tries because Nia's a monster and Beth is The glam is on, but eventually she got her up on her shoulders and carried her over, but couldn't quite get her out of the ring. And then Natalya returned.
Oh my God. Natty and Beth are together. They hug. They're in real life like best friends. Natty and Beth. And they hug. And fucking Stephanie goes, well, let's see how long that lasts. And immediately Natty turned on her and tossed her out. It's like you just fucked up the whole spot. Yeah. Why did you have to do that? And then Asuka.
Thank you, the Lord.
If you don't watch NXT, Asuka was the champ forever. Ember Moon challenged her like God only knows how many times. She could never beat her.
Yeah.
Asuka finally retires undefeated. Ember finally wins the belt. They end up in the Royal Rumble together.
Oh, man.
Asuka just grabs her and throws her ass out of the ring.
Dude,
It's like,
Well, I don't know if this is better or worse for Ember.
Dude.
Ember hit her finish first.
it doesn't matter.
That might make it worse.
Her elimination was incredible. I mean, it was actually looked really scary and stupid, but like she was on the apron trying to hang on. Asuka grabs her injured arm and does like a spot, whatever it is where you sort of just like
Snaps the arm on the
Snap
rope.
the arm.
Yeah.
Ember Moon from this arm snap jumps like 3 feet off the apron and lands directly on her knees.
I think what it was, if you remember Shawn Michaels, everyone would go and they'd ram his head into the corner, and instead of just like hitting his head on the buckle, he would jump onto the bottom rope. So when his head banged, he would spring off the bottom rope and like fly halfway across the ring. I think she actually jumped onto the bottom rope when Asuka snapped her arm, so she bounced off the bottom rope up into the air and then flew outside.
I was like, her arm snapped. She like snapped her into the air.
Yeah, it was
superhuman
crazy.
strength, and then just crashed right on her knees. Looked awful.
What a geek.
So they will feud for a decade, and Ember will never, ever win. Ember is the Coyote, and Asuka is the Roadrunner.
Basically, yeah.
Tommy Dreamer and Raven.
Basically.
I don't get that reference.
Shut up.
Get out of here, you idiot.
Mickie James is number 26. She looked good, but nothing much happened. And then Nikki Bella is 27. At this point, pretty much everyone that was in there was competent except Carmella, so they immediately threw her out.
Yeah.
Brie Bella is number 28. I forgot how much I like her song. Crowd loved and chanted for her husband. I'm the one guy.
He is the one guy.
Maybe the one human.
What's her song? It's not the.
It's the-
You can look, but you can't
No,
touch.
it's the other one.
It's the Brie mode, and then it's just a dance song.
All right, Vinny.
It's techno.
Great.
I like techno. Let's see. Brie ran wild. Crowd chanted for her husband. She laid out everyone and high-fived her sister. Nia kept trying to get back in the ring and kept getting kicked out. Bayley is 29. There were 7 women in the ring at this point, plus Nia.
This motherfucker
good
just
song.
cues it up. You like this song?
I like the song.
This is the one.
Yeah. This song makes me happy.
This song?
Yes.
All right, Vince. I learn something new about you every day.
As a man
the
in a
one.
band, Jeremy, what do you think of this song?
Can't hear it. I don't have headphones.
Oh, damn it!
It just sounds like a generic dance song.
Story of my life.
Jeremy's got long hair, so Ryan may have thought he had like earbuds in or something.
I just wasn't paying attention to my own show. Go ahead. He has a mic. I figured he could hear.
Trish Stratus, who is not Ronda Rousey, is number 30.
Yeah.
And she comes out, and the crowd's like, "Oh, well, that's. I mean, it's still cool.
It
We
was,
like-
it was
fine.
Listen, if Ronda wasn't going to be 30, that was a cool number 30.
yes,
But, like, when Ronda wasn't 30, I just came to the conclusion she wasn't on the show. And then I was like, why in the fuck did this match go on last? Like, it wasn't a terrible Royal Rumble. It was profoundly average, okay? The men's Royal Rumble was great. And, like, no offense to the women, but they had to call up a lot of girls from developmental. They had a bunch of retired women in there. So, like, you just know it's not going to be as good as the men's Rumble. There's not the level of talent. So I'm like, why in the world is this last? I was baffled. But I later figured out why.
You
Well,
really didn't
kinda.
think that Ronda Rousey would
Later,
come
I
out.
was more baffled when I
When
saw
she
the
wasn't
reason.
in the match.
See, here's the thing, man. I was convinced. Like, I saw that TMZ video where
Yep.
they were like, "Hey,
I'm going to Columbia."
I thought you were going to be in the Royal Rumble," and she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, sir." Like, I saw that video and I was like, "God damn, you should all be fired. Like, the man asking the question sounds like a fucking idiot. And if this is the way she acts, like, her acting career is fucking doomed. But when I saw that video, I was like, yeah, she'll be there. Like, no fucking doubt.
I didn't have a doubt either until she didn't show up in the Rumble.
I was like, so she's filming a movie. Like, she's obviously a novice at wrestling. So they can't put her into a match where she might get hurt and
But
then
the key
fuck
is she
up
could
a
have been
million.
30.
You know.
Like, they could have just had 2 girls
But you can
left.
still-
She comes in and throws out 2 girls.
You can still get hurt
You could.
in 2 seconds.
But
So-
she's obviously wrestling at Mania, so...
yeah, but she's not going to be filming a fucking like $1 million fucking multi-million-dollar movie with Mark Wahlberg in Colombia. That by the time
That's true. It'll be over by
WrestleMania.
then. Yeah.
So
Well, go
There
through
you
this,
go.
Vinny, and then I'll tell you my theory.
So Trish still looked great. She did a big spot with Mickey, and they were clearly just having the time of their life out there. And they looked great, and eventually Trish threw her out. Nia returned to the ring. Everyone swarmed her. We got a roar spot, which automatically adds a half star to the rating because roar spots are awesome. But immediately then everyone swarmed Nia and threw her out. And then
People
Sasha,
booed.
that was weird,
They wanted Nia Jax to win the Royal Rumble.
apparently. Sasha turned and eliminated Bailey, who they were sure to point out as her best friend.
Yeah.
Natty put Trish in the sharpshooter.
In the Royal Rumble.
I guess just to be mean. Trish escaped, dumped Natalia.
Geek.
She got kicked, right? Sharpshooter didn't do much.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got up and was fine. Trish did Sasha's dance, which was nice. And then she tried the Stratisfaction, but that's a move where you run and jump at the ropes, which in a Royal Rumble makes it really easy. Just push you a little bit more and you're out. Had the final 4 of Asuka, Sasha, Nikki, and Brie. And it looked like they were going to pair off. And then Sasha said, fuck this, and they all triple teamed Asuka for a while. But Sasha turned her back on the Bellas, and when she tried the double knees in the corner, they just threw her out like a geek.
And then Michael Cole demanded that we give Sasha Banks a standing ovation.
I did not catch that.
I didn't either. I may have tuned him out by then. So now it's the Bellas against Asuka, and she makes a brief comeback, but they overwhelm her. But then Nikki turns on Brie and throws her out with an elbow.
which
So this
makes
whole-
that makes no fucking sense.
Well, it does.
By the way,
It does.
doesn't.
No, it does.
Brian.
Because it was a spot for Total Bellas. Because the Total Bellas cameras were there. Their reality show. So they
you
filmed
watch
this
this?
spot as an angle for Total Bellas.
Do you watch this show?
On
I don't
Bellas,
watch it.
on Bellas,
Are you sure?
Brie's going to be angry that Nikki turned on
Yeah.
her.
On Total Bellas, they're going to treat it like it was a shoot.
Hold on,
want
hold
me to
on,
watch
hold on.
this
But isn't it supposed to be real? The Total Bellas show?
It's a
Is it-
reality show.
but-
So it's bullshit.
Dude, it's a reality show about pro wrestling. You can't trust anything.
Dude, I'm telling you why they did this.
Oh, Brian, wrestling's just making me nuts. It's just so stupid.
Well,
Have
you
you
find out
not been
about it.
watching for years?
Wait till you find out about like every other reality show.
Oh, yeah.
So Nikki and Asuka are the last 2 in there, and Asuka's on the apron, and she says, I've got an idea. I'll throw my legs in the air, I'll wrap them around Nikki Bella's neck,
It was a bad neck.
and pull her
just
out
had
by the neck.
surgery.
What the hell?
Well,
She's alive, apparently. They're out there on the apron. They're out there on the apron. And Nikki throws an elbow, and Asuka takes a back bump, but then from the crab, kicks out Nikki's feet, and Nikki falls out and loses. Well, that was anticlimactic.
That was the end of it.
and she didn't even really hit Nikki. If we're gonna,
She just booted at her
like,
knees. and
she
jumped
gave a
backwards.
boot at her, and Nikki like paused and then fell off the apron.
So-
and it's like, still terrible. Good job.
This match had its moments. It was a fine Royal Rumble. It wasn't a good Royal Rumble. It was not a terrible one.
Was it just me, or like I feel like near the end I was into it way more, and then as soon as it was like, I don't know if like I kind of noticed the crowd reacting this way, but I think maybe it was just me like projecting or something. But as soon as it was like Asuka and the Bellas, I couldn't get into it because I was like,
You know Asuka's going to win.
Asuka has to win.
Yeah.
And like if a Bella won, it would be terrible. It'd be so terrible.
Yeah.
So like obviously
It would be so terrible. It's something they would do.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's the thing about the Rumble. You
That's
never know.
true.
I mean, it's Nikki Bella, John Cena's future wife.
There was that.
Supposedly.
I never actually thought they were going to beat Asuka, but anyway, here's how I'm tying all this together. I think when Asuka beat Alexa, the plan was they would do a title match. Asuka would win the title, not be in the Rumble. Ronda Rousey would be in the Rumble and win, and you do Ronda Rousey and Asuka at Mania. That's what I think their idea was. But then, I guess because Ronda had to do reshoots, and she couldn't actually be in the Rumble, because like now that Rock's after... Remember when Rock did that Cena match and he like tore his groin and his ab or whatever, and then they were like, you could never do a match if you're doing a movie again.
Yeah.
Ronda was probably told you could not do a match. And so at that point, Asuka could be back in the Rumble and win, and then they didn't do the rematch, and so Asuka won, and then, yes, Rousey came out after the match.
Well,
To do what?
no. Don't jump the gun here. Asuka wins, and Alexa and Charlotte get in the ring and stand there.
And they stood there for 10 minutes.
It was
now,
a while.
when we explain everything that happened next, they didn't move.
No. When they get in the ring, there's one on either side of Asuka. Each woman holds up her belt, and they put them back down eventually. But other than that, they did not move. They showed no reaction to anything. They did not. They were not humans. They were mannequins out there just holding up.
They
their
were
belts.
two statues, yeah.
So Asuka's looking to her left, and she's looking to her right of these belts about which one she wants. And then we hear Joan Jett music start to play. Everyone starts to cheer, but we at home can still only see what is in the ring.
Yes.
And these women, Asuka, Charlotte, and Alexa, they don't react to anything either. They're just mannequins. So we see 3 mannequins standing there as the crowd's going crazy. Now, I knew what was happening, but I still would like to see it.
It was that whole AJ Styles Royal Rumble
It was the exact
thing.
same thing.
It was the same thing.
Like 30 seconds go by. Eventually, they cut to the screen. And it's Rowdy Ronda Rousey's there, and out she comes.
In a giant jacket. Why was that jacket so big?
Because Roddy Piper used to wear a giant leather
Ah! Motherfucker. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you. Son of a
Glad I
bitch.
could help.
He made his money tonight.
You put it together for me. Thank you very much.
So
I'm so
she
stupid.
comes out, huge ovation. She's high-fiving fans. The 3 women in the ring still have not moved. Frozen in time.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey's coming out.
They're not.
They're just standing there.
They're
Yeah,
not
they
scared.
don't care.
They're not impressed.
Nope.
They're not jealous of this reaction. They're just.
Like, eh.
So, Ronda gets in the ring. I thought she was just going to kill them all. I thought she would say something. Ronda points at the sign.
Yeah.
Because this is what normal humans do, Brian.
Yes.
They point at signs.
She pointed very dramatically.
She
at the
pointed, then put her arm down, and then pointed again.
sign. Yes.
As Bill Barnwell pointed out on Twitter, I remember when this NFL season began, all the Patriots came out and pointed at a sign of the Super Bowl. So she pointed. She offered
Wait till the
Asuka.
XFL kicks off.
Maybe they do it.
That's how it's going to start.
Ronda offered Asuka a handshake. Asuka slaps it away. Ronda laughs. She points at the sign some more, and she leaves. This was lame.
Super lame.
Well,
The other, Asuka at least had the moment of slapping a hand away. Alexa and Charlotte, the champions, the champions of these brands, never reacted. Could have had random production geeks out there holding these belts. Could have brought Vicky Guerrero back out for how
yeah.
they doing.
They just stood there.
They just stood there.
I know they're
Yes,
gonna like.
And then
lame.
she walked over and shook Stephanie McMahon's
Oh, it's
hand.
true.
Yeah, and then Cole goes, Stephanie, what do you make of this? And she says, I'm speechless, Cole.
I know they're gonna explain it, but like watching this angle play out, here's what it looked like to me. Asuka wins. Asuka's like, who am I gonna face at WrestleMania? Ronda Rousey comes out and says, I mean, she doesn't say anything, but it seemed like, why don't we fight at WrestleMania? Asuka slaps her hand away and says, no. And Rousey says, okay, and leaves the ring.
You may be right. I thought that Rousey was going to challenge the champion that Asuka wasn't going to face.
Would have made sense.
Right?
You would think.
Maybe.
But nobody said anything.
No.
They just all came out here and pointed at shit and stood there. That was the end. That was the big Ronda Rousey angle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the only clue I have as to where they could go with this. Apparently, based on what I saw with my eyes in the show, Ronda is going to challenge Asuka, and now the champions had to find other challengers.
So we have 3 people here that all came up with a different scenario.
I guess so, yes.
We don't know what it is. Tune in to Raw, everybody.
And none of them, by the way, sound terribly exciting.
I think that Ronda Rousey and Asuka would be exciting.
It could have been built better.
That's absolutely true.
The thing with Ronda Rousey coming in to WWE for me is, so I, like, as a human being watching this show play out in front of me, I am supposed to believe that the WWE superstars are actually fighting each other and they're
Yes.
actually beating each other up. So
when they're not on social media.
So Ronda Rousey comes out, but she's gotten the shit kicked out of her in her last 2 matches
Yes.
in real fighting.
Ignore
but,
that.
But I'm supposed to believe that she's like this scary human, which she is scary. She could murder me literally with her bare hands. But I'm supposed to believe that these people should be scared of her, but she's just gotten worked out 2 times in a row.
Yes.
Okay.
She's in the WWE universe.
It just seems like very short-sighted to me. Like the WWE, they're going to get some mainstream press tomorrow. They're going to get a few new eyes on the show for a minute, and then people are going to be like, "Oh, it's
You're
wrestling.
not
See you
wrong.
later."
You're not wrong, but like people are going to care about Ronda.
For a minute.
Yeah, I do believe they will care about whatever they do at Mania. I don't know how much they'll care, but they'll.
The other thing, I do kind of what you're saying though. Like, it's not just about the results of the fights or whatever too, but it's like you compare how like Rousey carried herself to like how Shayna Baszler carries herself, and it's just way different, right?
Yeah, I believe that Shayna would kill people.
Right. Like,
Yes.
And Ronda's way better than Shayna was.
like she's way better, but she's like she came out
And she was
she's all
smiling
smiles.
and skipping around the
She
ring.
came out-
at signs.
Shayna comes out looking like a fighter who'd kill you, and Ronda came out looking like an actress.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, a celebrity.
A retired fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we got some plugs we got to do here. Jeremy, you're first.
Oh man,
I want to hear more about your band, and you're going to send us a song to play on the show. Is that right?
I can send you a song. Yeah, it's called Garbo, Garbeau. Play around Seattle, just indie rock band. You know, I'm not doing a good job of plugging it, but maybe you'll like it.
I can't wait.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, social
we've
media.
we've got a Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp. We've got an EP up, got an album that's all recorded, and we're just trying to figure out if we can get it signed to like a small label or something. Otherwise, we'll
Really?
put it out ourselves.
That's
I don't know
pretty
what's
cool.
going to happen.
That's pretty cool. How
Maybe-
many buddies do you have in this band?
How many buddies? Yeah, 3 buddies, and then myself.
I guess I didn't know what bandmates.
Bandmates.
Yeah, there you go,
buddies.
buddy.
I mean, you may not be friends, so
Yes, we all hate each other.
bandmates.
No,
That's
that's
just
not
like
true.
the show.
We are buddies.
You
but
have
that can't
guitars.
happen.
Have you never been in a
Now, are you
band?
kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah, I'm
so.
a poser. Anyway, let's hear your plugs.
I don't. Was Jeremy finished?
I'll
We
plug
were ju-
one
we
more
just
thing
started
that has nothing
talking
to do
over
with
him.
me.
I'm
Just
not
for
done
the-
with
just-
him yet, but go
just
ahead.
for the video people, I guess. I'm wearing my new amazing wrestling shirt drawn by @HunkTears on Twitter. It's well, people on video can see it. It's a giant amateur drawing of Trent Beretta, and the words say "Greg is big now." I believe it's
That's Trent Beretta.
it's something that was drawn
You couldn't
for
tell?
for when he was check it out.
That's actually pretty good.
It's pretty good. I think
You are already better at this than Vinny is.
oh man.
As far as like wearing shit because you're on video, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like plug something.
That's
I
right.
got my Whale Scout shirt. He's got his Trent Beretta shirt here. Give the guy's name again.
I'm plugging the color green.
Girl name. Well, I don't know her real name. But
on Twitter.
On Twitter, it's @HunkTears. It's
at
great,
Hunk Tears.
great wrestling shit posting.
Sweet.
It's amazing.
At Hunk Tears.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I want to thank you, by the way, for the Whale Scout donation.
Oh, you're very
Whitney's
welcome.
staying the hell out of this room because we brought her in here during the Christmas show, and
Didn't go well?
I don't think it went well.
I don't remember.
Oh man.
Yeah, so she's staying the hell out of here.
You
but
guys
she's,
were a
she's
real
very
mess.
appreciative as well. Hopefully she's already talked to you today.
She did.
Okay,
She offered
good.
me a cat.
I'm going to offer you 3 cats. So, I mean,
I
take
did-
your pick, buddy.
I did turn them down. It's a little
Oh, man.
crammed in my apartment.
Well, Tony's going to get whichever ones you don't want, so. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. It's great to be here. Can you believe, Mark, you get to come every time. I paid money for this.
Mark doesn't come every time.
Yeah.
He stays
once he-
away.
I come watch shows periodically
Occasionally here.
throughout the year, but I only get to speak this one time a year.
Yeah. Yeah, he's loved and hated, but a little more hated sometimes.
Yeah.
Mark, what are your plugs?
Well, you know, like I said, the podcast is out. I saw that movie. You can subscribe on iTunes or SoundCloud, Facebook.com/I saw that movie. It's just me poorly explaining movies to my friend and getting sidetracked. And, you know, it's just basically...
It's just a podcast.
It's what I do on here, just about movies instead of wrestling.
Sure.
And, you know, Worst Laid Plans, the movie that Brian was in.
Yes.
Troma Now, or watch.troma.com. You can go there and, subscribe to their little video service, and you can watch it on there, and you can see Brian play a pervert. Fun.
Watch.what.com?
Watch.troma.com.
How do you spell trauma?
Troma.
Watch.troma.com. You can see me being a pervert.
Yep.
And boy, was I. Boy, when you watch
And I
the
threatened
movie.
him with a gun.
This is not a minor pervert. This is major perversion.
Yeah, he's a major league perv.
And you're proud of it.
Well, I mean, it was just a role. It wasn't method acting, Vinny. Garbo.
How was he acting as a pervert? Was he a convincing pervert?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good pervert.
Thank you.
I think.
I try.
Have you had
Can
a
you
lot of
compare him to
experience?
other perverts you've known?
So Garbo is the name of the band. Jeremy here. I want to thank you very much. The Twitter at Hunk Tears. If you would like to grab one of these awesome T-shirts right here.
Yeah, I think.
Do they come in triple XL so Vinny can wear one next time?
How dare you?
Yes.
Man, I think it's just
So
on Pro
rude.
Wrestling Tees. That's just the artist, though.
Okay.
For great, like I said, just wrestling shit posting on Twitter, which is mostly how I got back into wrestling to begin with, to be honest.
Really?
So,
Twitter. At Hunk Tears. I Saw That Movie podcast,
Bong.
which of course you can check out. He did an excellent job plugging that. And very quickly, mailbag.brownpapertickets.com if you'd like to attend the Wrestling Observer Live Mania Mailbag. We sold out. In fact, there's front row, second, and third row all sold out.
Wow.
We only have general admission left. So if you go to mailbag.brownpapertickets.com, this is Mania Weekend at the Royal St. Charles Hotel Meeting Rooms in New Orleans, April 6th, 9 a.m.
Enjoy your vacation.
9 a.m.
Fuck, whose ever idea
Fine.
that was. But I will be there, and I'll be tired. So check it out.
Hey, while we're plugging stuff, it's Super Bowl week, everybody. I don't do this often, but check out footballoutsiders.com for
And the Eagles.
Mark's Eagles are
The
going to be there.
Eagles. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
I'll have a
finally.
piece up this week, I believe, on Tuesday, looking at the Eagles' biggest losses this year and what we can learn from those games.